Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we've got a fantastic story for you all the way from the savannah. It's about a young elephant who was super fast, but she learned a really surprising lesson on a pretty big adventure.
All right, so let's jump right in with a question. I mean, who doesn't like to be first, right? To win the race. But is being the fastest always the best thing? Is it the best way to get where you need to go? Let's find out.
Okay, so picture this. Deep in the heart of the sunny savannah, there lived this little elephant. Her name was Elfie. And Elfie, well, she had a pretty cool talent.
See, Elfie wasn't just a little bit fast. Oh no, she was the fastest baby elephant in the entire herd, and boy was she proud of it. I mean, her favorite thing to do was show everyone just how quick her little legs could move.
So one morning, the leader of the herd, this really wise elephant called the Great Matriarch, she made a big announcement. They were all going on a long journey. And where were they headed? To the amazing grove of golden acacias. Just imagine, the best shady trees and the yummiest leaves you could ever find. Now the matriarch gave them one super important rule for this trip. She said, "We have to stick together, everyone, trunk to tail." Why? To make sure every single one of them got there safely.
But Elfie, Elfie, she thought walking with everyone was just, well, too slow for her. So, as soon as they started moving, her eyes darted around and she saw it, a shortcut, a path through a canyon that looked way faster. And just like that, she decided she was going to take it, all by herself.
And you know what? At first, it seemed like a brilliant idea. She was zipping through that canyon thinking, wow, I am so smart. She even found this little private watering hole and had a blast splashing around all by herself. But that clever shortcut? Yeah, it didn't stay so clever for very long. Soon, the canyon wall started to feel like a giant oven, baking everything in the hot sun. Her fun little adventure was suddenly getting really tough and pretty lonely.
And then, disaster. Elfie ran right into a dead end. The path just stopped. There was this huge rock slide, way too steep for her to climb. She was totally trapped. And to make things worse, no more water. So now she's tired, she's thirsty, and she's all alone. And that's when a little bit of fear started to creep in.
So while all of that was happening with Elfie, what about the rest of the herd? Well, they were just moving along on the main trail. They weren't setting any speed records, that's for sure. But they were steady. And most importantly, they were safe, because they were together.
See, they knew how to work as a team. Whenever the sun got a little too intense, the big grown-up elephants would huddle together in a circle. And just like that, they create this giant walking umbrella of shade to protect all the little ones. That's what being a team is all about. If a little calf started to get tired and slow down, one of the aunties would just walk right up beside it and give it a gentle little nudge with their head. Like, come on, you can do it. Nobody, and I mean nobody, was ever left behind.
Back to Elfie. Eventually, she just had to give up. Her shortcut was a total bust. She was so tired, her little legs were shaking, and she somehow managed to drag herself back to the main path just as her family was walking by.
Now you might think she'd be in big trouble, right? But nobody scolded her. There were no "I told you so's." Instead, the great matriarch just gave her this calm, knowing look, and with a little nod, she opened up a space in the line for Elfie to slide right back in with the family. And right away, they started taking care of her. One of the older elephants gave her a cool spray of water from his trunk, which must have felt amazing. They tucked her right into the middle of the herd where she was safe and surrounded by everyone who cared about her. And so, after that long walk, they made it. The whole herd arrived together at that beautiful, shady grove of golden acacias. And Elfie, the fastest calf in the whole herd? Well, she definitely wasn't the first one there.
But you know what? I think she was the happiest one of all, because she finally understood something really important. Yeah, being fast all by yourself is exciting for a minute, but being safe and being strong with your family, that's everything.
So what this whole story is really about is one big idea: teamwork. It's this simple lesson, right? Getting there first isn't nearly as important as getting there together. And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? I want you to think for a second. Can you remember a time when working with other people, maybe your friends, your family, helped you do something amazing? A time when being part of a team was way better than just being fast.
Hey, if you like this story about Elfie, it would be awesome if you could hit that like button, maybe share it with someone you know, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It really helps us make more explainers just like this one. Thanks so much for watching.